The 1958 1-cent coin of the United States of America is one of the most recognizable and collectible pennies in American history. Small in size but rich in heritage, this coin represents the final year of an important design era in U.S. coinage. For collectors and history lovers, the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny is much more than a simple 1-cent coin. It tells a story of American tradition, national pride, and the evolution of currency in the 20th century. The history of the Lincoln cent began in 1909, when the United States introduced the first circulating American coin to feature a real historical person. Before that time, U.S. coins mostly displayed symbolic figures, such as Lady Liberty. In 1909, the country celebrated the 100th birth anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most respected leaders. To honor him, the U.S. Mint released the Lincoln cent. The coin was designed by famous sculptor Victor David Brenner. On the front side, also called the obverse, Brenner created a portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. Around the portrait are the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of issue. The reverse side featured 2 wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. Because of this design, the coin became popularly known as the wheat penny or wheat cent. By the time the year 1958 arrived, the Lincoln Wheat Penny had already been in circulation for nearly 50 years. America during the late 1950s was experiencing rapid economic growth after World War II. New industries, automobiles, television, and modern technology were changing everyday life. Yet even in this modern age, the humble penny remained an essential part of commerce across the nation. The 1958 wheat penny holds special significance because it was the final year the wheat reverse design was used. After 1958, the reverse design changed in 1959 to feature the Lincoln Memorial. This makes the 1958 penny the last chapter of the famous wheat cent series that began in 1909. The 1958 1-cent coin was produced at 2 United States mint facilities. The Philadelphia Mint struck coins without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint produced coins carrying a small D mint mark below the date. Millions of pennies were minted because the demand for circulating coinage was very high during that era. The composition of the 1958 penny was primarily copper. The coin contained 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighed approximately 3.11 grams and had a diameter of 19 millimeters. The warm reddish-brown color of the coin came from its high copper content, giving a classic appearance that collectors still admire today. On the obverse side, Abraham Lincoln's portrait symbolizes honesty, leadership, and unity. Lincoln served as the 16th President of the United States and guided the country through the Civil War. His image on the penny reminds Americans of freedom and equality. The inscription, "In God We Trust," reflects the nation's values and faith during the 20th century. The reverse side of a 1958 wheat penny is simple but elegant. The 2 wheat stalks represent agriculture and prosperity, reflecting America's farming heritage. Between the stalks are the words 1 cent, while below appears United States of America. At the top is a Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. Collectors are especially interested in the 1958 wheat penny because of its historical importance as the last wheat design issue. Many people save these coins as souvenirs when the Lincoln Memorial design replaced them the following year. Because of this, large numbers of 1958 pennies still survive today. However, certain rare varieties are extremely valuable. One of the most famous is the 1958 double die obverse penny. This rare error coin shows noticeable doubling in the inscriptions on the front side, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Only a very small number of these coins are known to exist, making them among the rarest Lincoln cents ever discovered. In the coin collecting world, the condition of a coin greatly affects its value. A heavily circulated 1958 penny may only be worth a small amount above face value, while a bright, uncirculated example with original mint luster can command much higher prices. Coins graded in top mint condition are especially desirable among collectors. The color of the coin also matters. Collectors classify copper coins into 3 color categories: brown, and red. A fully red 1958 penny with original mint color is usually more valuable because copper naturally darkens over time. Another interesting fact about the 1958 penny is that it marks the end of an artistic tradition that lasted nearly half a century. The wheat ears on the reverse side became a symbol recognized by generations of Americans. For many people, the wheat penny represents childhood memories, pocket change, and simpler times in American history. The transition from the wheat penny to the Lincoln Memorial Cent in 1959 was part of the celebration of Lincoln's 150th birthday. The new reverse design featured the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., created by designer Frank Gasparo. Although the new design was modern, many collectors continue to prefer the classic wheat reverse. Today, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny remains popular worldwide. Coin collectors often search through old jars, rolls, and collections hoping to find high-grade examples or rare mint errors. Even though millions were produced, the historical importance of the coin keeps interest alive. The coin also serves as a reminder of how everyday money can become part of history. A simple penny once used to buy candy, newspapers, or groceries now tells the story of America during the 1950s. It reflects the economy, culture, and craftsmanship of the United States mint during that period. For beginner collectors, the 1958 wheat penny is often one of the first classic American coins added to a collection. It is affordable, historic, and easy to recognize. For advanced collectors, the hunt for rare varieties and perfectly preserved examples adds excitement and challenge. Over the decades, Lincoln cents have become one of the most collected coin series in the world. From a first 1909 issue to modern pennies, the series continues to attract millions of enthusiasts. Yet the 1958 issue remains unique because it closed the wheat penny era forever. In conclusion, the 1958 1-cent coin of the United States of America is an important piece of numismatic history. As the final Lincoln wheat penny, it represents the end of a legendary design that lasted almost 50 years. With its portrait of Abraham Lincoln, iconic wheat stalk reverse, copper composition, and historical significance, the coin continues to fascinate collectors and historians around the world. Whether found in an old collection or passed down through generations, the 1958 wheat penny remains a timeless symbol of American heritage. What once served as everyday pocket change has now become a treasured collectible and an enduring reminder of the history of the United States.